All right, I am back. It is 6:30. Oh, the time just changed. That I don't think that's ever happened until now for a video. But we are still in chapter 7. Yeah, chapter 7 is the longest chapter in this game. And we're in the next location of chapter 7 to get drops from, which is the Deep Darkness Swamp, which is one of my favorite locations in this entire game when playing the game normally. And I really do mean that. It really is one of my favorite locations. Love the music. I love the environment. Love some of the enemies you fight here. I love that you gotta watch out for the gimmick of this place. But when it comes to this specific challenge, where I have to get every enemy's drop in the game, this is not one of my favorite locations. Mainly because I still have PTSD from when I first did this challenge, where I ended up getting 2 of the drops. Here in the Deep Darkness Swamp, I saved the game before going to bed, and then the next day when I came back home from school, I lost a bunch of progress. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like literal days worth of progress. It sucked. So I still have PTSD from that. So hopefully I don't lose progress again here in this swamp, because like seriously, I still have PTSD from that. And I still don't know how it happened, because I saved the game and the game just decided to not save anyway. But yeah, the reason why the Deep Darkness Swamp isn't going to be a great place for this challenge is because of the gimmick. And the gimmick is that most of the water here drags you in because it's bottomless. And when you swim in the bottomless water, it depletes your HP by 1 every few seconds. So you just slowly die. And I really do mean that. You really do just slowly die here. Not to mention the enemies are pretty tough to deal with, even when playing the game normally. Alright, but let's go shopping, because there's some new gear we can get. Well, there's only one new thing we can get, I guess. And there's way too many drops to get here. There are 10 of them. And one of those 10 is the boss of the Deep Darkness Swamp. And that boss is Master Barf. And Master Barf is actually Master Belch, but he's stronger. And I'm not just saying that as a joke, but like, that's actually true. Master Barf actually is just Master Belch, but he comes back stronger, and then he just changes his name to Barf for some reason. And I'm not gonna lie, Master Barf is still easy to beat. Because, you know, Master Belch is without a doubt one of the easiest bosses in this whole game. Like, you cannot screw up that fight. Like, I feel like it will be harder to actually lose the fight with Master Belch than to win the fight. But, you know, Master Barf, he has some new moves. He does a lot of damage, but he really isn't that much different from his previous fight. But let's start moving through the swamp. Right. Oh, we cannot fight that thing right now. Okay, right there was an enemy called a hostile elder oak. And they explode when they die. And it does damage to us. Because, you know, they explode. So yeah, as soon as I see one of those tree enemies, I am running. But yeah, I feel like once you get to the deep darkness swamp for this challenge, that's when this challenge really starts to not play around with you anymore. You know, chapters 1 and 2, you know, it's difficult to get used to. And you know, it teaches you the mechanics of this challenge. You know, it's the beginning stage. Chapters 3 and 4, yeah, it picks up on the difficulty. Chapters 5 and 6, a bunch of low drop rates, but it's manageable. But and then comes early chapter 7, where it's like, okay, the difficulty's picking up on this challenge. And then you get to the deep darkness swamp, which is mid chapter 7. And they're not playing around with me anymore. Like from now on, the game is going to actively make me suffer if I want to get these enemy drops. Because high drop rates basically don't exist anymore. Okay, IQ capsule. Give that to Jeff. Wait, how much health did we lose? Okay, not too much. Yeah, we're still good. But yeah, the game's not playing around with this challenge anymore. Like, even though when I did this challenge for the first time, the Deep Darkness Swamp wasn't a time of suffering. But yeah, it wasn't suffering. It just takes a while to do. What was that? Huh? What did he just do to me? I'm so confused. Dude, I've never seen that move get used by the demonic Petunia before. Is that even how you say his name? Is it Petunia or is it Petunia? Like, do you have to put emphasis on the E in the name? Because otherwise I have no idea how you say that enemy's name. And right here's the helicopter. So yeah, remember back in chapter 4 when Porky stole Monotoli's helicopter? Yeah, the helicopter crashed and Porky managed to find his way around the swamp. Because basically what's happening to Porky right now is that he's being completely influenced by Gygas's evil influence. And Gygas is just leading him to where he is. And then he'll make Porky team up with him. You know, if I'm being honest, I'm honestly surprised we haven't encountered that many enemies. Because I swear, you get bombarded by enemies in the swamp. Okay, souvenir coin. I'm gonna give this to Jeff. because I also have to prioritize him over Ness. I don't know why I kept pressing down. We are getting pretty close to Master Barf now. Ooh, no. That's a hostile Elder Oak. I do not want to fight that thing. Oh, I see something move. Yeah, I knew I wasn't tripping. Okay, so this is a manly fish. They are kind of hard to find in the swamp because they are rare enemies. But the manly fish really isn't that bad to fight. All it does is just jab you with the spear that it has. And it doesn't really do that much damage. But there is a much more dangerous version of the manly fish. And it's also harder to find it. It's called the manly fish's brother. And the manly fish's brother's drop is considered by many people who have attempted challenges similar to this to be the hardest drop to get in the entire game. Like, when I did this challenge for the first time, I was like, okay, I'm going to suffer trying to get the manly fish's brother's drop. Like, the challenge didn't even start yet, and I was already scared about getting the guy's drop. And I wouldn't say it is the hardest drop, because there's definitely harder ones to get. It's just the fact that it's a rare enemy, and the fact that they have a low drop rate. All right, there's Master Barf, the next boss. Again, he really isn't that much stronger from his previous fight. Let's go. Let's fight Master Barf. And believe it or not, Master Barf actually drops something. It's called the Casey Bat, which is a weapon that Ness can use. And I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. The Casey Bat sucks. Yeah, it is one of the worst weapons you can equip in the game. I will arguably say it's worse than the first weapon of the game, the Cracked Bat. Like, it is so bad. Like, yeah, you do get to hit harder with it, but here's the thing. You have a massive disadvantage with it. Because if you equip the Casey Bat, Ness will miss 75% of his attacks. 75. So yeah, the Casey Bat really isn't worth anything. Like, dude, when you sell the Casey Bat, it's only worth $19. Okay, he blinded us. But that really doesn't matter because we're using PSI to fight him anyway. Oh wait, I have the heavy bazooka. Jeff can finally do something against a boss now. That's so beautiful. Okay, he already blinded us, so he basically wasted a turn. So yeah, we have to get Master... Oh, okay. So once you deal enough damage to Master Barf, Pooh will swoop down from the sky, like this is a freaking anime, and he joins the party again, and he uses his new PSI move that he just learned, PSI Starstorm, and it kills Master Barf instantly. So yeah, we have Pooh back in the party now, so that's great. And then on top of that, we get Master Barf's drop, which is guaranteed. The freaking Casey bat. You know, I need to say that in a better voice. The Casey bat. I'm not putting on an act for that. I'm actually being so serious when I'm telling you the Casey bat sucks. I don't know why I'm putting so much emphasis on the U in sucks. But yeah, it sucks. Get this disgusting thing out my inventory. Hey, I never said I had to keep it in my inventory until I save the game when I get a drop. I just have to actually get it for it to count towards the challenge. Oh yeah, and we reached a milestone. Master Barf's drop was actually the 100th drop of the challenge, meaning there's only 41 drops to get. Yep, only 41. And at the end of the swamp, we reach a new town called the Tenda Village. And the Tendas are very shy. Like, if you talk to most of them, they will just say they're shy. And in this trash can is Jeff's new weapon, the Death Ray. Dude, I'm telling you, there's so much death in this game. Like, this has to be one of the darkest Nintendo games of all time. There's just so much death. But yeah, most Tendas are shy. But there's one who isn't shy. This specific Tenda right here. And he says something about the Lost Underworld, which is a future location in the game. And we have to go to the Lost Underworld to progress the story. But they blocked the hole that leads to the Lost Underworld with this huge boulder. And this guy is strong and can actually lift the boulder up, but he's too shy, so he won't lift it. So now we have to talk to the Tenda tribe leader here. And he tells us that there's a book to fix their shyness. And he says it's just a rumor. So we have to fix their shyness. Oh yeah, and the hotel is free in the Tenda village. That is amazing, man. All right, I'm gonna save the game because, you know, I don't want to lose progress, especially not after what happened when I did this challenge for the first time. And also, I was so stupid when I did this challenge and I got to the Deep Darkness Swamp, because the first time I thought, oh, I have to get the big pile of pukes drop and the even slimier little piles drop before fighting Master Barf. Because I looked it up on Google and it said that those enemies permanently despawn once you kill Master Barf. But that's not actually true. They still spawn even after you kill Master Barf. So Google lied to me because Google AI sucks. Like, seriously, it just gives you completely wrong information sometimes. All right, once we exit the Tenda village, Apple Kid will call us. And he's still looking for Dr. Andonuts in Winters. But while he's on the phone, he gets kidnapped. And then Orange Kid will call us after that. He's saying he's trying to figure out how to change a boiled egg back into a raw egg because that works. So yeah, what we're supposed to do is teleport to Winters to go save Apple Kid. And that'll lead us to the next location, Invaded Winters. Because at this point in the game, Gygas's army has completely taken over Winters. And they're invading it. That's why it's called Invaded Winters. But I can't do that right now. Well, I can because these enemies are permanent. But I want to get these drops first. You know, why not start off with the hostile Elder Oak? Wait, Green Swirl? Okay, so the hostile Elder Oak has a 16 in 128 chance of dropping a Viper. So we have a high chance of getting their drop. And as you can tell, they're a palette swap of the Territorial Oak from Chapter 2. But these guys are more dangerous because they have more health and they're stronger. And of course, they explode when they die. So you have to watch out for that. Okay, I need to get another Oh, I got one. I got another one to spawn. All right, I'm going to use a save state this time. Because I don't want my characters to die every time I fight one of these things. But you guys just saw what he just did to us. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Also, I completely forgot these guys play battle against an unsettling opponent. Ooh, yes. Okay, that was only the second one. Not bad at all. Okay, we got the hostile Elder Oaks drop. The Viper. Okay, I'm gonna give the Viper to Pooh. Since he can't really do that much damage right now. Alright, let's heal up. Oh, I've only been recording for 26 minutes? Dude, I felt like that has been way longer than 26 minutes. Oh, I should probably sell a few items that I don't need anymore. Okay, I know I have to sell the Lucky Coin and the Spectrum Beam. Yeah, I think... Yeah, those are the only things I have to sell. Because Jeff doesn't need them anymore. And also, I wanted to kill Master Barf first before going for any of the drops. It's because I need Pooh back in the party so that we can do more damage. Remember, the more heads we have, the more damage we can do. But since we only have 4 party members in this game, and we have a full party again, yeah, the party is going to be as good as it's going to get. Okay, sell the Lucky Coin. Okay, then sell the Spectrum Beam. And then we can teleport back to the Tenda village. And we should be able to encounter an enemy called the Pitbull Slug, which is the only enemy in this location that has a high drop rate. And I'm pretty sure it's the last enemy in the entire challenge to have a high drop rate. But I don't really remember that well. Because it has been a while since, well, it has been a bit of time since the last practice round and the redemption. I think it was like a month in between. So yeah, I don't really remember specific parts of the challenge too well. Okay, there's no enemies for some reason, but I know pitbull slugs can spawn in this area. They're just choosing not to. Okay, we don't need them. Yes, pitbull slugs. I see them. Also, this is gonna be the last enemy we can use the exterminator spray on. Because after this, there's no more bug enemies in the whole game. So once we get the pitbull slugs drop, we have to say farewell to the exterminator spray. But other than that, the pitbull slug has a 32 in 128 chance of dropping a salt packet. So there's a pretty high chance we get it first try. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't get it first try. But don't worry, there's more. There's more pitbull slugs. Okay, there's the pitbull slugs drop. That was also the second one. So yeah, 2 enemies in a row where I got it in 2 attempts. But there's the salt packet. Jeff is level 48. So we have to teleport back to the shop in the deep darkness swamp. So that we can sell the exterminator spray. Because it's no longer of use. Now, I'm going to make this as dramatic as possible. We need to have a moment of silence for the exterminator spray. It has served us very well. It's a very useful item. Ever since we got it as a drop from the Mad Taxi back in Chapter 4, since it's the only way you can get exterminator spray. It has done a lot of great things for us. It has killed many bug enemies for us. From chapters 4 through 7. But since the pitbull slug is the last bug enemy in the game, it is no longer of use. Since there's no more bug enemies. So exterminator spray, you'll be greatly missed. I got my teleport stopped. Oh, that sucks. But yeah. The exterminator spray is no longer with us. But don't worry, later in this challenge, we will get items that are better than the exterminator spray. Because Chapter 7 is the first chapter of the game where we get to see the first of the ultimate equipment for our party members. The first one is the Sword of Kings, which is for Pooh. And even though it's his ultimate weapon, it also happens to be his only weapon, since he literally can't equip any other weapon but the Sword of Kings. But the Sword of Kings is for later in Chapter 7. We still have to get all the drops here in the swamp. Alright, eat the salt packet, because it's useless. And, you know, I might as well get started on one of the enemies with a lower drop rate. Because, you know, I might as well start with the Suffering. Nope. We already got the hostile Elder Oaks drop. We don't care about him. Okay, since enemies don't want to spawn there, I might as well look through the actual swamp. So I am gonna get my... Oh, what is that? What is that? If that's a manly fish's brother, that's golden. Oh, you're a mucky. It's just a regular manly fish. Okay, but that's still good though. That's still good. That's still good. Because we still have to get the manly fishes drop too. Alright, the manly fish has a 4 in 128 chance of dropping a beef jerky. So let's go. Goddess ribbon was one of the most difficult items to get, so I just didn't even think anything of it. I was just like, oh, I got a goddess ribbon. And speaking of the goddess ribbon, the final dungeon of the... Oh, what? That was way faster than I thought it was gonna take. That only took like... I would say that probably took around 8 or 9 minutes. But yeah, as I was saying, the final dungeon of the game, which is the Cave of the Past, that actually inspired me to do this challenge. And it was also, I was also inspired by other EarthBound challenges on YouTube. The main one being the 1 in 128 challenge, where it's the exact same challenge like the one I'm doing, except you only get the drops that have a 1 in 128 drop rate. But yeah, I took those videos and said, why not go for every single drop? Because I originally got the idea from getting all the drops in the cave of the past. And I actually did do that. And funny thing about it, it wasn't exactly hard. It was just time consuming. But that is gonna be it for this recording. I've recorded for too long now. But I can't believe it. I'm literally completing this swamp faster than the first time I did this challenge. Cause I'm pretty sure it took me like 2 or 3 days to finish the swamp. And this is my first day in the swamp, and I already have 4 drops out of the 10 you find in the swamp. So that's really good. That I'm doing better than my previous run. But I'll see you guys later.